what is it? That thing, that one thing that's blocking me, that's stopping me, that if I just get on and do that and get it done, get it sorted, I can move on to the next thing. What is it about that bedroom of my mind that is stopping me from completing everything? Is it that the Lego needs tidying up? All those little wee bits just need picking up and putting in a basket, and that can actually be sorted out later. So that might be that all of your financial papers, all of the bills and invoices and everything else, they all just need putting in one place. Welcome to September, and in the Facebook group Strictly Education and Support, we're currently involved in the Get Sorted September Challenge. Why don't you come over and join us? As long as you join before the 20th, then you'll be in it to win it. There's a challenge tracker, and if you win on the challenge tracker, then you'll win a one-to-one with me. So maybe, just maybe, I'll see you over in the group and I'll see you on the challenge. For now, you enjoy the podcast and hope to see you soon. Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists and practitioners, responding directly to the needs of the practicing natural therapist. With interviews, herbal discussions, something business, something clinical, you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated and practice. So thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe to the podcast for our episodes. If you'd like more support, get in contact, and I look forward to working with you soon. Hello everyone. Welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How the devil are you? So today I thought I would talk about overwhelm, and we totally all have it, don't we? It affects us all at different times and in different ways. And I always equate it back to years and years ago. My father was visiting from New Zealand, and this is 15 years ago, something like that. And my son's room or my daughter's room, I can't remember which child, the room was really messy. And I said, come on, we have to tidy up your room, tidy up your room. And my father turned around and said, you know what? I think it's got to the point in there that he doesn't know where to start and he needs help. And that stopped me in my tracks. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, clearly things get to a point where you can't do it by yourself and you need support. But it just stopped me. And then at the time, I was running my own business, but not really. It was small. The kids were little. I think it must have been my son because I think my daughter was very little. And so my business was very small. My business was just ticking over with a few clients. I paid for our holidays every year. That's the money that I put aside to pay for our traveling. And here I was blasted by this, it's too big to figure out where to start comment. And I think that that is something that is totally relatable in our own business, in small business. We don't know where to start. And so sometimes we avoid starting by doing other things, and we call that procrastination, whereas it's not, because you're doing other things. Those other things still need to be done. But we often have this huge elephant in the room that we can't decide how to start on that object. So for me, at the moment, the Pediatric Online Mastery course, I've had to put it off because I had COVID and I was down for a couple of months. I really couldn't work. I mean, I did work, but I wasn't at full capacity, so I couldn't do all of the other things I normally do. And it keeps going on the back burner and keeps being pushed out a month. It's normally delivered in August. Well, that's clearly not now, is it? And so it's been pushed out to October. And it needs to change as well. So that's another motivator. So I've got a motivator on one hand that it does need changing and that things need tidying up. It needs a new landing page. So I know all the things it needs. But on the other hand, I actually want to do some private study. I want to do some pathology study. I want to do some study into regulations and things that you guys need to know so that I can have these things on my website and deliver them to you for free so that you've got them. Because everyone's always saying, oh, I need CPD points, I need CPD points. But to have those for next year, because you've all just done your CPD for this year, if you're a mid-year one, or it's coming up for December. So I've got a lead in for these things. So that means I need to create, to develop so that it's there for you. And these things will take time. And it's the same with our clients and with our business. What is it that we put off with our clients? For me, it was always the financials, that paperwork specifically. So once I got myself a bookkeeper, it just changed my universe. I just had so much more space in my brain to do things because I wasn't worrying about dates and whether I'd done things. I mean, I pay every bill as soon as it comes in. That's something I do. As soon as a bill comes in, I pay it immediately because I don't want to forget anything. I don't want people to have to remind me. And we're all small businesses, and it's really rude if we don't pay a small business. Fine, I don't mind leaving Telstra till the pay me by date, but everything else gets paid immediately. And we've got this overwhelm around certain things in our lives and certain parts that we're doing. And other things just seem to flow. We get up and we cook the dinner every night, don't we, for example? Doesn't matter who we are, we participate in creation of food for ourselves. We participate in the creation of stuff for our daily activities of daily living, as they're called in medicine. But what is stopping your flow right now? And how big is that thing? And how can you chunk it down, like my son's bedroom? So I'm sure it was my son's bedroom. And we went in and we started with the Lego. I was like, let's just do the Lego first. What is the one thing that you can do right now that will help you in your business? What is the one thing that if you got that done, everything else would just be a little bit easier? So we've got the Get Yourself Sorted September coming up, and we're going to do some of these things. We're going to do some big picture work, but we're going to do some small activities as well, so that we can really think about what is it, that thing, that one thing that's blocking me, that's stopping me, that if I just get on and do that and get it done, get it sorted, I can move on to the next thing. What is it about that bedroom of my mind that is stopping me from completing everything? Is it that the Lego needs tidying up? All those little wee bits just need picking up and putting in a basket, and that can actually be sorted out later. So that might be that all of your financial papers, all of the bills and invoices and everything else, they all just need putting in one place. Nothing else needs doing. They just need put them together. It might be something really simple like that. It might be researching something. It might be putting stuff on social media. What is it that is your block in your bedroom of your mind that is stopping you from getting out and doing these things and reducing your overwhelm by finding that thing? There's another little rule. I don't know whose it is. There is a coach. They said that if you could do it in under 5 minutes, do it, so that it's off your plate. That's like paying a bill, isn't it? That takes you about 2 minutes to pay a bill. So that's the sort of thing we want. What is it, and how quickly can we, if we can do it really, really quickly, do it. Don't put it on the back burner, because the things that take longer, we have to delegate them time. And that might be another thing. Maybe you need to plan your time. So the things you hate, because that's what I was originally doing with all my invoices and paperwork, is I would do them on a Tuesday morning. It was in my calendar. And it would say, do accounts in my calendar at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. And often I would try and do something else. Often I would put it off. And then it would become a bigger problem and a bigger problem and a bigger problem, until I sat down and said, no, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to spend this time. But if we can avoid doing that, if we can see what the sticking point is, where the problem is, so that we can overcome that problem. I work with a lot of people and everyone in the academy. I go over this all the time. I talk about this all the time because I think it's something that it's a problem for us all. It's not, you're not alone. It is totally a problem for us all. I've woken up this morning and it's not even 8:30 yet. And I'm on here because it came to me. I was in the kitchen and it came to me about my father saying that about my son, to me, for my son. And I just thought, that's a really good analogy. We have rooms in our brains. We have rooms in our house. We have rooms in our lives and things within those rooms. It's a whole house is a big picture. That's how do I clean my house? It's massive. Let's chunk it down. How do I clean my room? Let's chunk it down. How do I clean the cupboard? And it's the same in our business. How can I study for that exam? I need to chunk it down. How can I learn more about this thing and still how can I learn more about essential polycythemia and yet still have time to see the client later? How can I learn more about this problem and still do the other thing? And we have to give ourselves time, chunk it down. If it's a quick thing, do it immediately. If it's something that's a slower thing, think about it. How am I going to do this? How can I chunk it down? How can I reduce its pressure on me to complete it? So that's what I'm leaving you with for me this morning. I don't know what time it is for you. And if you've got all the way to the end, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a review. That would be lovely if you wouldn't mind. So have a beautiful rest of day, whatever time of day it is for you. And I look forward to seeing you on the next cast. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.